Hi guys, this is RV and today I'm doing a review of the movie 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. So why 13 hours? Because there was a military confrontation and fight for almost 13 hours from night to the next morning, and the Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Benghazi is a place in Libya. Now this I'll elaborate more in my review. So the movie was released in 2016. English. This is an English Hollywood movie, and the genre is documentary movie, military confrontation, military attack, military movie. So there's no spy. As from the genre, there's no spy work or investigative work in this movie. It's a pure military movie. Okay, and yeah, IMDb has rated 7.3. I think it should have been rated around 8 out of 10. And this is a disclaimer. 8 out of 7.3 out of 10, which IMDb has rated. This movie has been scored mostly on technicals and not on overall factors, which I'll be explaining in detail later on. Yeah, so it was released in 2016. It is directed by Michael Bay. Those who do not know who Michael Bay director is, he has directed the Transformer series and is still directing, and there are a lot of Transformer movies in the series to come on. So Michael Bay is a very talented director, so a talented movie from a talented director, so no surprise there. So yeah, so you can watch it on Amazon Prime Video. It's available, and let's start with the review. Now this types of movies like true this based on true incident, and such true spy movies, true military movies, you need to know international politics, geopolitics, international relations, not everything but a little bit, and to have the real grasp of the movie and to understand it completely. Otherwise it'll be a bore to you, and it'll just come and it'll just go by. Yeah, so what happened was, in Libya, Gaddafi was killed. He was the dictator. The general population killed him, and after that the entire population formed into different factions, and some factions wanted to lead the country, and so there were opposing factions also. And after Gaddafi's fall, his armory was looted, and all the weapons were sold in black market and in open market in Libya, just like tomatoes and potatoes. So many of them got a hand into it, and now the powerful factions were fighting so that they can form rule on Libya. Now you should understand, after Gaddafi's fall, America had a big hand in Gaddafi's fall, secretly, obviously not openly, and even after that, after Gaddafi's fall, America made a base in Libya so that it can stabilize the country, and it had a very good reason to form a base there, not a full-fledged base, just to monitor, so that these arms which were in Gaddafi's armory should not get into the black market. Otherwise there'll be more and more terrorists forming out. Yeah, so America was trying to prevent that. So America's CIA was the forefront of these operations in Benghazi, Libya. Now Libya is a African country. It's in North Africa, and it's a Muslim country. It's a non-secular country. Yeah, okay. So there were many factions which were against America, and there were many factions which were with America. Now America was trying to project itself like it was with Libya, but yeah, to be very true, America is always on its side and not on anyone else's. So now what happened is, these some of the factions were tired and they wanted to rule their own country on their own terms and not with the help of America. And hence this uh, there was a little friction with America. But these people, after the fall of Gaddafi, were general people. Now they could not go and talk to American president that go back, we will rule our country, because there was a power vacuum. After fall of Gaddafi, there was nobody to rule. There was no political party. No political party took charge. That was there's a international relations technical term used called as a power vacuum. Yeah. So this is a little background on international relations and the politics. What conditions were there in Libya? So yeah. So after this, what happened is there was an ambassador coming from America to meet with the high officials of Libya to convince them that we they together can take the country to on a right path. Now some of the factions were very weary of this, and what happened was, now here the main action starts. These factions had obviously all people had guns. As I told you, it was on open sale in Libya after his fall, after Gaddafi's fall, and they attacked this ambassador. And Benghazi was the base of operations of CIA, and the CIA had just 5 to 8 able soldiers, uh, and they went to rescue this ambassador, and they had to fight this mob. Now why do I call them mob? Because they were general population, they were local population, local factions, tribals, you may say, because and they were no they were not terrorists, because yeah. And these 8 to 10 soldiers, they went to protect this ambassador and the compound where the ambassador was in, and they had to fight these soldier these this mob from midnight, from night to the next morning, and they had to hold off, and they had no air support, they had no weapons, they were short of weapons. And if you watch the movie, you will understand how this mob were planning, and what the ideas they applied to spy and to watch and to attack these soldiers, CIA soldiers. It was very, very, I mean, next level. I mean, some they were disorganized first of all, and only a organized high level institution, institutional organization can think of all these things, like the US Army. And they thought of it, and they did it, and they attacked a CIA operation, the CIA soldiers, and CIA soldiers had to fight them back. Yeah. So this is the whole crux of the movie. And when you watch the movie, a person who loves military confrontation, violence, and wants to know the technicals, what incidents of international importance happened in these times of instability, and one who can connect to Libya and the US and the soldiers, how do they work, they will like this movie a lot, because this is that type of movie. Now let me tell you, you must be knowing the movie Argo and Zero Dark 30. They were spy investigative movies, and Zero Dark 30 was on the one of the greatest villain of the last two, this and the last 2 3 decades. They had to be interesting, and they were made interesting, although all three are documentary okay. And but this 13 hours, the Secret Soldiers of Benghazi, this is a purely military confrontation movie, and this is not as entertaining as them. And one who doesn't know about American politics, international politics, they'll just get bored. And after all, it's a military, after without the knowledge, and after on top of it, just a military confrontation, you will not be able to watch it till the end. So this is a purely military confrontation movie, and watch this review before watching the movie, so that you know how to watch it, how to get the idea. And I have spoken a lot about the things going around in the background, so that you can know before watching the movie. Yeah, so the direction was as always awesome, Michael Bay. The cinematography is nice. The story, there's no story actually. It's a total complete one incident where everything happens, and yeah, so it's a true incident, so there's no question of being not a good story, not a good true incident. So yeah, so I am my critics rating would be around 2.75 stars, and viewers choice rating would be around 2.25 stars. Yeah, so yeah, sorry, I will re-rate it. Forget the earlier rating. The critics' choice rating would be around 3.5 stars, and viewers' choice rating would be around 3.25 stars. Yeah. So, if when you are watching the movie, put yourself in the place of the military personnel and the CI personnel who are fighting the fight with guns and all, so that you get an idea what the person is feeling. Because if you don't, it's a purely military confrontation movie. It's you cannot, you do, because you do not, yeah, we do not have empathy to military, because we haven't done anything like that, we haven't faced such a situation, and we cannot connect to them. So, and we cannot just reject it on no, on half knowledge, right? Yeah. So it's not very entertaining, and it's not you can watch it once on the basis of the script and the story as it's a true incident, and you will get the idea of what exactly happened, and this incident was a noteworthy one. Yeah, so that's it. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. Peace out.